What is up, guys? Welcome on back to Madden 25. There's about a month left in I guess, the yearly cycle of this game as far as when the new one comes out. But I'm kind of itching to start playing this game again. So I'm gonna start a new franchise with the Browns, which I've used them in the past, but it was a while ago. The next game, I think I'm either going to use the Seahawks or the Cowboys. I'm not sure. But anyway. So I have done what I usually do, is simulate the first season or two, which I did the first two. And I'll show you my roster. My roster, I do have a player short, but I don't really want to sign anyone. And I've got a ton of cap space. Let me go back and show you. So I have... Where does it say my cap space at? I don't see it. Anyway, let's go through the roster. I have like 100 and something million cap space. I had to cut Deshaun Watson, which really affected me able to like even get anyone. So I just kind of built this team through the draft in like one or two trades. But it's by no means impressive yet. But I feel like I'm heading the right direction. So this guy here was actually like the second pick of the draft. He's my quarterback. He's my quarterback of the future. Daniel Jones was my quarterback last season. And I'm just keeping this other guy as a backup. But anyway, we got a quarterback in the first round this season. Jalen Wright, the guy I think I traded for. Got traded for Jalen Wright. But Drayton's going to be my number one back. He was a first or second. I think it was a first round pick. Very last pick in the first round. So two rookies here. Kind of start the team going. Yeah. I think he was this. No, sorry. He was a second round pick. But anyway, so Drayton and Wright will be my running backs. Winter was a pick last year. He's kind of like a scat back / like third back, kick returner. And this guy, Knight, was already on the team. I just haven't cut him yet. Favors, a fullback that I actually drafted. So Dotson was like my big free agent signing, I guess. Tillman was already on the team. Thrash was already on the team. Malik Washington was a guy I traded for. I don't think quite. I traded David Njoku for Washington and Wright. But Washington's kind of like my slot receiver. I gotta change his number. And Sullivan was a fairly high pick. He's my number one receiver this season. I think he got hurt last season, so he was his numbers aren't very high. When I simulated, he had like and he was my number one receiver, had like 100 yards, so I think he got hurt. But I'm pretty sure he was a first round pick. Or he was a high pick anyway. Second round pick. So anyway, he's my number one receiver. I'm just going to develop him. Dotson will be the number 2 receiver, and Washington will be my slot. In fact, I got to change his number real quick. And there we go. All right, let's change his number. I've got to change his number. Is there 83 available? Because I think that's what he was with the Dolphins. Yeah. All right. The 84 doesn't fit him very good. All right, so anyway, those are the receivers. He will actually, believe it or not, be my number one. But we'll see how that goes. Harrell was a number one first round pick for me this season. I think he was the 32nd pick, that guy. I like possession as far as tight ends go. All right, I believe he was... Yeah, 32nd pick. That's the guy. So he's gonna be he's gonna be a really good player for me this year. As far as my tackles go, it's been a mishmash of draft picks, and like actually, believe it or not, people have picked up off like practice squads and stuff. But they're good for development. Like this guy's got a development trait here. Aldridge, who's actually drafted as a right tackle. After another guy that I drafted, but he's ended up starting, which is good. So he was a nice value. I don't know if he's my left tackle in the future. He'll probably end up moving somewhere. We'll get another left tackle later. But anyway, Edwards is actually a free agent signing, one of my rare free agent signings. McGovern was a free agent signing, so I boosted the interior of my line. Zinter and Klein. Klein I signed. Zinter was already here. Coughlin was already here. And Richards was a first-round pick. And he's going to be... I think he's starting over Coughlin. Yeah, so my two young guys are starting just to get them reps, and Jones is a nice backup. At least for now, my ends are terrible. Let's see how they develop. Church, it's going to be Cam Church and Perriman as the ends. Now, this guy here, I drafted him as a defensive lineman, but he actually is better as an end. I think he's like a 34 end. So you're going to see him playing a lot like a nickel and stuff like that. So Perriman and Douglas will be switching over. Church will be like a staple. I think he's going to end up being good. I did trade for Jalen Carter, which was like my big trade. Myles Garrett for Jalen Carter, and I think a first-round pick and some other draft picks. I had to give up Myles Garrett, like a bunch of fifth-round picks and shit, to get Jalen Carter in the first-round pick. So that was good. And then Hall's there as a young guy. Tomlinson's there from Alabama. Boyd's there. He's actually a free agent signing. So I've kind of... My strongest part of my team is really my defensive line. Linebackers, this is another one of those kind of mix of draft picks, picking people up off of waivers and things like that. They are not high ranked, but they do fit my team as far as their skill sets, so they'll be a lot more productive than their numbers are here. You'll see. Crawford was a first-round pick. He's going to end up being really good. Or, not a first-round pick, but he was a draft pick. What round was he drafted in? He was actually later on, I think. Third-round pick. Yeah, so he's a third-round pick, but he's a 78 after only one season. He played outside linebacker last year. He's going to play middle this season. And all these guys are draft picks, and guys, I picked this guy. I kind of want to get rid of him. I like him. He fits my team perfectly. I probably end up keeping him. But in reality, he's not there because he got hurt. So, but I got a bunch of younger, kind of athletic linebackers. Corners, they're not great, but I do have Denzel Ward, which is good to have like a nice number one. I think I might keep him around for a while. Safeties, I'm sticking with Hickman. I drafted this guy, but he's not very good. So Hickman's going to be starting for me. Delpit, who I really like a lot, is going to be starting at the other spot, and Newton Harris, another draft pick. Patterson's a guy that I signed, and then Wright was a guy that I signed. So, yeah, so I've simulated two seasons of draft picks, and just basically, really, to be honest, just cap space opening. So I have like 30 million of cap space, or 130 million. Let's see if it shows here what I have. Let's say I want to sign this guy, which I probably should, but see, my cap room's 127 million. I think it's more than that, but they're budgeting his salary here, so I have like 130 million cap space. So this season is just going to kind of be growing young players, figuring out the team, and kind of going from there. Next season is going to be kind of building through some free agents, things like that, but I want to keep my cap open for my quarterback. So anyway, let's go.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got the latest chapter of a historic rivalry. It's the Steelers and the Browns, and it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 25.
On the shores of Lake Erie here in the city of rock and roll. Our coverage of the NFL brings us to Huntington Bank Field. Well, Brock, we saw week 1 begin on Thursday night, and now 2 more teams get their season started here on Sunday. He's Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott, and it is very important, partner, for both teams here that their seasons begin on a strong note.
Yeah, this is the week where I really can't take myself back to that locker room, to week 1 across the different seasons. And whether it was high school or college or pro, it was the same feeling, right? It was hope springs eternal. Even though it's the fall and the calendar's turned and it's week 1, you're so hopeful of what lies ahead.
It's one of the happiest moments for any football fan. A new season is officially underway. And he's going to make this to the 28th before going down. So the Steeler offense getting out there for its opening drive of the game. And bringing them out an electrifying runner and a former first-round pick back in 2021, Justin Fields.
Kid, I really think this is one of those moments where every starting quarterback in the opener, right, week 1, all has a sense of gratitude, all has a smile on their face. You're one of 32 guys on the planet that get to start an NFL season, and you want to make the most of that chance.
It's intercepted on the first play of the game. And the Browns are going to have it after his second interception of the season. Now, after the play, it looks like we have somebody banged up. What we hope is it's nothing major. Don't want to see a serious injury unless the
depth chart's wrong. Here, hold on. Unless I screwed up somewhere. My ends are wrong. Perriman, 55, 90, okay. I probably screwed up. Okay. I could have swore, hold on. Let me double check that. I could have swore 55 was in. 99 and 90. Okay, there it is. Never mind.
End of the season. First down, ball at the 36. Here's the first carry for the rookie out of Notre Dame. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Peyton Wilson getting there for the stop. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. Now, as we get a chance to look at their picks from this year's draft, Brock, we see a lot of names that are set up to help this team, both this year as rookies and down the line as well.
Yeah, you really see the 2 draft strategies combined here.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins. So many coaches love 3rd downs and practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know you got to execute, convert on these 3rd downs. A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Right, ready to send this one away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense out and ready to go for their 2nd drive. They threw the interception on their opening drive, Brock, but that's right from their memory as they head back out now.
Yeah, it's got to be, right? And when you throw that pick early, you've got to flush it. The defense helped with that, holding that offense on the other side to just a field goal and giving this offense now some hope as they take the field again.
That's complete inside the 35-yard line. It's a full 40 yards on the play, Brock, and a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
First and 10 after that last highlights. They're at the 30. On the carry, this is Najee Harris. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Here's 2nd and 14. And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up.
And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease.
And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw. I know we see these kickers make kicks from this distance all the time, but it never ceases to be impressive. Everything's on the dot, and it's a big 3 points.
He fields it from the 8. He stopped on the return at the 27. Onto the field comes the Browns offense for the 2nd time. And they are really starting the season off with a banger of a contest here, Brock. A chance to measure up against a division rival, and this win could be an important one to have in hand in just a few months. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked up by Peyton Wilson.
I hit the wrong fucking button on
And
that.
the Steelers are going to have it after his 2nd
Normally
interception
that fucking
of the
play,
season.
when you throw the ball, the guy going in the
listen,
middle is
when
fucking
you're throwing
circle.
down the middle of the
On this
field,
one, for some
you've
reason, it
got to
changed it to
be
fucking
crystal clear
something else.
in your vision.
So when I hit circle, I
there
throw
are
it
so
to
many
somebody else.
defenders that can get into those zones.
Trying to throw up the middle.
Might be a case of the
83.
QB there trying to do a little bit too much and certainly didn't see the defender who comes up with the big interception.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Pittsburgh getting its offense all set to go. Their first drive of the new campaign netted a field goal. Now let's see if they can bump that up to a touchdown on drive number 2. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Shotgun snap to Fields. And they will score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. George Pickens the touchdown. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Boswell gets that point after to go. And the Steelers break that tie and now lead by 7. Now Boswell on to send this away. Starting from the 5. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. The Browns getting their offense out there. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. 2nd and 3 now. From the 37. It is Cup left side. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Back now, pressure on its way. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Trying again following the sack. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball. You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on third down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Misses the 50 mark, gets a 49-yard punt. And the Steelers will take over possession. Carried by Harris here to start the drive. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah there to bring him down. Back to the line they go. It's second down. From the 28. That's Pickens with a catch outright. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. Harris gets it on the counter. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Fields out of the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time. You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field and keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow. Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Evans now to return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Cleveland's offense all set to take over. Their first drive of the season, an uneventful one, led to a punt, so they'll try to get some new season magic going here on their second drive. Throwing the out route complete. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that gives the Browns a first. Just one play into this drive, and they're already sitting on their own 45. Now Jalen Wright gets it for the first time. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. 8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this second down. They run again with Wright. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for a Cleveland first down. Here's a give for Wright. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
We're through one quarter of this opening weekend of football. It's a 2-score game early. We'll return to Huntington Bank Field after this. We're ready now for the second quarter. Browns in control of it. They'll have second down as they look to continue this good drive. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short third down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
Brought in close to the 8. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Cleveland. The Browns face a 4-point deficit. Right on the edge of the goal line for 1st and goal. And I don't know about you, partner, but that surprised me that they just threw it in. No attempts at running it.
Yeah, I think it is so hard for these defenders. You got to be so keyed in and physically, you know you've got to stop that run first. So a 1st down pass play can and certainly was effective.
Riley Patterson on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Browns cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Hardman with a return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Steelers offense headed out. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. They'll start with a give to Harris. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Freiermuth there to bring it in. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. They give to Harris from the gun. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. Out of the shotgun, Fields. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point of the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Harris gets it on the draw. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
And he'll cover up as they touch him down a few yards short of the 1st.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
And he's tackled for a short gain.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line. You feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Dicker connects there. And that'll double their lead to 6.
Give him the first half trifecta. He's 3 for 3 on field goals. And as much as they'd like 6 points to end drives, not 3, they can at least be happy they're getting consistent looks inside field goal range. He's delivering.
Here's Carter on the return. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Browns headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. They're 1 for 1 so far to begin the new NFL season. Touchdown on their opening drive. Let's see if they have 2 for 2 in them. They'll throw to begin this drive. He completes it in traffic. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. 2nd and 3 now. of the shotgun. They'll give it to him inside. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains. 1st and 10 from the 41. They give it to him again. And this is a nice gain that stopped at the 47. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. Another carry for him. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
That's going to be caught by Washington. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. After that play, we see some concern out there, and now we know why. That's our top pick in the draft who's shaken up. Boy, they had big expectations for him this season. Hopefully this turns out to be nothing. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs. They're signaling for a stoppage here, and yep, there's a player injured after that snap. Not what they wanted to see in week 1 as their medical staff heads out to check on him. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Tackling like his dad, Joey Porter Jr. making that play. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Now looking to throw. Got Washington, it's complete. And they get this down to the 28. They get an even 10 on that play. And that gives the Browns a first.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Looking right, and he finds him. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Goal to go, it's a pass play. Setting up the running back screen. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
They'll try and punch it in. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Browns get a late score and tie it before the half. Patterson on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Browns take the lead on that successful kick. Right, ready to send this one away. Hardman with a return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Now the offense getting set to go for the Steelers. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. Fields on first down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Field throwing here. Passing struggles bleeding over from that last play. He's forced to get rid of this one.
Hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
And he's going to be brought down at the 42. The Steelers calling their first timeout. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Here's Fields to throw. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Denzel Ward makes the play. And he makes the half goal. It's a touchdown on the pick six. Went to the oh well one too many times, Brock, and this time the defense was ready for it.
Now, you make as many catches as he has in this game, you're going to attract some extra attention. They knew it was probably going his way in the near future. They had somebody there waiting for it that time.
Patterson on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Browns grow their lead to 8. A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. Hardman with a return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Steelers taking over on offense with halftime rapidly approaching. And normally they'd need this out, Brock, but facing such a small deficit, good chance they try to get a field goal here before the break. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. First down throw for Fields. Snared by his running back. It's Najee Harris. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. The Steelers working with a sense of urgency from the hurry-up clock, continuing to run. Complete. It's Cooper. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Here comes Chris Boswell and the Steelers field goal unit. From the left hash, 54 yards out. And that one is not where he needed it to be. It is off and no good. And they continue to trail by 8.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
That brings us to our first. Gonna have to make those halftime adjustments on the fly. We're skipping right through to the start of the third quarter. We'll see what the first half adjustments of the season are as they're teed up, and away we go in our second half. Evans now to return. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. The Cleveland offense headed out for this first series of the second half. They've certainly had no issues scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they can really use some more points on this drive. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. 16 yards on the play. And that's good for a Cleveland first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield. And the back.
This has been a trend. Yet another interception. And the Steelers are going to have it.
Yeah, through that timing pass, it's my fault.
They worked hard to have the halftime
There was a timing pass, and he fucking went back. I should never throw that ball. Right when I saw him go back,
take it away.
Not wasting any time, are they? You know, they love to say about baseball, Kate, baseball's a game of adjustments. So is the NFL. And especially in the second half, you have all that data from the first half. You want to take it all in, and defensively you want to adjust exactly what they did to take the ball away there to begin the second.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Hey, range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job.
That Crawford's going to be good, man. I think I got a gem in that guy.
And he ended it with a loss.
Off play action, it's Fields. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he gets this forward to the 19. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks. Offense set for a 1st and 10. From the gun, they go with Harris. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Kate, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Back to throw. Here's Fields. Escapes the pocket. He's running for it. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. They get 19, and now they're going to have first and goal. From the red zone now. Flushed out of the pocket. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And that sack going to cost them some yardage.
First and goal, you take a sack. I got nothing good to say about that. So let me flip it over on the other side where you got everything good to say. That's exactly what you want to do. You want to get them behind the sticks. You want to knock them backwards. And now you put a whole lot more pressure on that offense to respond.
They've held them out twice. Here we go. Third and goal. Shotgun snap to Fields. Has it in close. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
The Steelers leaving their offense on the field. We got a 2-point conversion coming up. And they draw just the right throw, and it ties this game for them. But we all knew extra point was doing nobody any good there. Got to go for 2 in the tie. They do. They get it. And just like that, we're all squared up here in the second half.
Squared up, brand new ball game, even Steven. Who is Steven? Do you know who Steven is?
Good question. No, go ahead. Go ahead, though. Take it.
I don't know who Steven is, and I don't really care because it's a whole new game with both teams totally alive.
Able to find Dotson here. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. First down, ball at the 36. Here's a give up the middle. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Peyton Wilson getting there for the stop. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Back to the well again. And that plunge is going to garner a couple of yards. Hit applied by Keanu Benton. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on third down. Setting up a throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Here's the one back on the handoff. And he's going to have this one down to the 43 on a good run. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
From the 43. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Back now, pressure on its way. Chased out to his right. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Not on the same page with his tight end. So they're going to have to evaluate things now on 4th and short.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Looking to throw. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
So close to getting off the field. But the fourth down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath. But now they're going to have to buckle down and force another fourth down.
On first down, they'll run. And he gets this one down to the 30-yard line. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Back-to-back carries here. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Cleveland. The Browns take a third-quarter lead. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Patterson on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Browns break. Now lead by 7. Right, ready to send this one away. Hardman with a return. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. The Steelers are headed back out there now, led by Justin Fields. And he has to be happy about his game. We're checking some of the highlights right now that he's made so far. A good showing that's seen him in the zone from time to time. And also he's just seen the field well from his spot in the middle of this offense. First and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw Fields. It's Pickens on the slant. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's first and 10. Now an inside handoff to Harris. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
He throws a bullet down the right sideline. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
I'll tell you what that deflection right there, Kate, tells me. That defense was following and reading the quarterback's eyes. Knew exactly where that throw was going. And it takes a little bit of intuition, a little bit of feel. He's able to get his hands on it and knock it out of bounds.
Juke the defender. And he's going to end up out of bounds, which will end our third quarter. We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. It's Steelers football. A nice help for them as they trail entering the quarter. They're now set for first and 10.
Here we go.
Fields out of the gun. Pass taken in by Freiermuth. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Another throw for Fields. Caught quickly on the slant. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. Still on the move, coming to the line for first and 10. Out of the shotgun, Fields. This throw is caught. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Play action, Fields. And no one had a shot at that. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. After that play, we see some concern from their guys on the field. And now we know why. One of their best players was hurt on the play, and he's getting worked on. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers now trail by just a point in the 4th. Amari Cooper, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. That one right down the middle. And the Steelers bring it back to even. Now Boswell on to send this away. Here's Carter on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Now we see the Browns offense headed out. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3 and out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
Motioning Washington right. That one's cut along the left sideline. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play, and that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Down inside the 40 now with a 1st down following that last play. Now a run with Wright. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. 1st down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. They're going play action. It is cut left side. And he drives it close to the red zone before going out. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
To throw here on 1st down. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. With 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he can't find a lane before being wrapped up at the line. No gain on the play, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5. He's dropping back to throw. He finds him over the middle. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Wright running out of the gun. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. They run again with Wright. And they bring him down pretty quickly at the 10. Call that a modest improvement. 3 yards that time, but still a 3rd and 7 upcoming.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Has it in close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. 9-yard pickup, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. Goal to go, they're passing. That one's incomplete in the end zone. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen guys, it's going to be contested. We know this, it's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
He's on the move. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And now they're left with 3rd and goal.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And they're headed in reverse after that sack. Here's Riley Patterson. A lot riding on this field goal try. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And they take the lead in the 4th quarter.
Well, I tell you what, you get to this time of the game, you've got to have that reliable kicker on the sideline to turn things over to. That's the definition of clutch right there as they take the lead.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. The Steeler offense set to get back on the field. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. Carried by Harris here to start the drive. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
This is Harris on 2nd down. And this time they won't surrender anything. They wrap him up at the line. No gain on 2nd down, and they need 2 here on 3rd.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
3rd and just 2 to go. He's back to throw. Bails out of the pocket quick. They'll make a bid for it on the ground. It's a 33-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
This ball's caught by Pickens. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. They gain 14 on the play. And it'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down. Working inside the red zone. And through the back of the end zone and out of bounds.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
Running behind center with Harris. And he'll pick up a little down to the 12-yard line. That run good for a gain of 2, and just like that, we've hit our 2-minute warning. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Cleveland. Steelers down by only 3. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Staying on the ground with Harris. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers have taken the lead late. Najee Harris, the touchdown. And it's good, so they take the lead, and the extra point buys them some breathing room. A field goal does not tie it now. Now Boswell on to send this away. Evans now to return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Browns are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off. To highlight their performance against him. Here he is to throw. That pass caught by Dotson. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it second down. Back to throw. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target and make a play on it.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Here he is to throw. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Patrick Queen in to pick it off. And this one may be out of reach now because the defense comes through with 6. You get a pick 6. You get a pick 6. These defenses, Brock, wow, they have competed. Seeing who ends up with the best highlight of the game, huh?
A highlight? You're going to call a pick 6 and multiple? Highlight, Kate?
No, even if it's your defense doing it, come on, B-Rock.
No highlight for a quarterback.
Boswell to add the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Steelers drive their lead to 11. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. The Browns and this running... It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Back to the air following the pick 6. He rolls to his right. He can run it. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up. Looking to throw it. Coverman is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Trying to push it deep downfield. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Cooper going in motion right. This drive begins with a jet sweep. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
This is one of those real modest gains, Kate, that I like as a call. It's just a little more variety to your playbook. Makes that defense wonder. Those guys on the other side of the ball think a little bit. This dude's not just a receiver. He may get in the run game as well.
They send a tight end in motion. So the Steelers come in and take this on the road. And this isn't just any 1-0 start for them. They pick up what could end up being a key division victory to have later in this season. So for Brock Huard, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. The Steelers are winners, as with that, we'll sign off from Cleveland.